Good morning and welcome to Strassenfest live for another year here on WJTS-18 and WBDC Radio. I'm Kurt Gooksell. In the next hour or so, we're going to talk all things Strassenfest as the event starts up tonight in downtown Jasper and continues throughout the weekend here in our city. And as always, we start our program off with the current chairman. That's Bridget Jarbo in for year number 2. Bridget, thanks for coming by. I know you're very busy and looking forward to a great fest.
Thanks for having us, Kurt.
When you get ready to start the Strassenfest preparation, what do you have to do and how are those preparations going?
Well, actually, we are going to start 1 week, about a week after this one. And we will start going for next year, what we can improve on, how can we make it better, what can we add that would be new for next year. So 1 week out, we'll be going and ready to go for next year again.
What's the biggest job that you have in preparation and the committee's job? What's the biggest thing that you got to tackle when you begin preparation?
You know, the organizations that take care of everything within the Strassenfest, they are who make this happen year in and year out. And it's making sure that they've had a pleasurable experience and are doing well while they are there and for these next 4 days.
There's a lot of things that you look back on, you say, this was great, this really worked. But in those meetings, there's some things you go, man, maybe we ought to look at a different direction. There are things that you try to improve on?
Always, always. You can always word things differently. You can always take a different approach, how you produce something. And we try to do this year in and year out to make it bigger and better and make it comfortable for everyone involved.
You're sitting in the hot seat today as chairman, but I know you have a lot of help. You mentioned the people that take care of the booths and everything, but you also have a very big committee that takes care of everything too as well.
We do. There are, including myself, there are 21 people that take care of the Strassenfest.
And those people take care of a variety of different things, don't they? I mean, you have it covered and hardly anything slips under the crack as far as the committee's concerned.
We try. We do our best. But with, you know, there's 20 different people, 20 different personalities. People do things completely different. You're going to meet a few of our committee members in a little while when they talk with the Queens and the Junior Miss and the Littles. That will be Becky Hickman, Darla Blasey, and Donna Stemley. The chamber office takes a lot of year in and year out throughout the year. They answer a lot of questions, June Schnaus and Nancy Eckerly. Then Ron Flick has done our mugs and our buttons. We have Holly Mundy, who is taking care of the sponsorships this year. And she has had some help from Amy Leinenbach. And then Amy was very instrumental with the decorations on the stage and making sure it looks good. Chris Vogler has been taking care of the construction for the last couple of years. We also have Adi Vogrol, who has taken on the barbecue contest, which is now in its second year, and this will be the Kansas City Barbecue Society's sanctioned event. We have topped out with 43 teams this year, so it's a great and big event. Saturday afternoon, there will be tasting this year, something new, and that will start at 2 o'clock. And then Adi's wife, Meredith, she did the book and helped with the book layout, and she had a lot of help from her younger sister, Paige Stratner. So we have to thank her this year because she was big in getting this changed. Just a little bit different format. We have, let's see, who am I missing?
I'm sure
Al Bennett that did, he is the host for the German Club. So he is the liaison between the Strassenfest Committee and the German Club. Amy Schnaus took care of the buttons, and Kara Ward takes care of our Arts Festival, and Bob Bleemel takes care of our media relations. And I think I've gotten pretty close to all of them.
Well, don't blame her. I put her on the spot, and she is doing this without the benefit of any piece of paper in front of her. Bridget, we both have our buttons on. Do you guys get a read on how many buttons are sold pre-fest, and overall when the weekend's completed, how many buttons do you sell, and how many people actually come down to the square, down to the downtown area for a Strassenfest?
You know, I threw a number out there yesterday talking with Ty Hunter, and this year I'm going to say we'll have 27,000, I think I said 232 people that'll visit us, we hope. That would be a great year. We usually average between 25 and 30,000 people throughout the weekend. Did some research. Kristen Rue, Du Bois County Tourism Commission, is on the committee also. And she helped me with getting some numbers together about how many people do come in, usually within a 90-mile radius, so hopefully that means they will come back and visit us again and support the downtown community and the Du Bois County community itself. Button-wise, I believe we ordered, it was either 8,000 or 10,000 buttons. Don't hold me to that.
Right.
Amy Schnaus does the buttons,
Yeah.
so I'm not positive what we did with the ordering on those. So that will give us give you an idea of what we go through with the week. Buttons are still available up until around noon today at various locations throughout town, and then they are available at the information booth, and then the button is required to go into our beer garden.
You guys have a theme every year. What's this year's theme?
This year's theme is partnership, and this is a partnership that makes this Strassenfest work every year. The partnership between the nonprofit organizations that are bringing their booths in, having the games, doing an event, one of those situations. And then the partnership between the German Club and our sister city, Pfaffenweiler, Germany. We just ended the year-long celebration. Last year we had a delegation over from Pfaffenweiler, and they kicked off the year. And then we ended it with some delegates from Jasper, along with Mayor Schmidt, that went over to Pfaffenweiler. And they were back in June. So they just came back, and that is the other partnership. That's 25 years in the making. And then the partnership with the German Club is they're in their 30th year, and this is the 32nd Strassenfest.
Well, you mentioned the nonprofit groups, and that's basically what operates the Strassenfest festivities downtown. And what's great about that, they don't take their money and leave town or leave the county. Everything goes back into community programs that they help support, and that's kind of cool.
That is, and you know, Kurt, I think what really sets us apart from every other type of festival that goes on in the state, ours is all ran mostly by nonprofit organizations. And again, you're right, it does stay here, it does stay local. For some of them, this is their biggest fundraiser throughout the year. A lot of them sponsor scholarships and just the little, and when I say little bit, the quiet things that go on behind the scenes throughout in the community. And it is all the events. Adam Mitchell has taken care of our events, and he's a coordinator with that. And we tie somebody that wants to sponsor something with a nonprofit that can use the help. And it ranges from the Humane Society to Big Brothers Big Sisters with their car shows, back to the Lions Club they have their box parade tonight. And we are going to have in the information booth this year a box the Lions Club are just going to have sitting in there, and people can drop off old glasses. If you have glasses laying around, drop them off. They can use them all the time.
You also have a host and hostess and also a grand marshal as well. Just talk about those people.
Our host and hostess this year are Al and Judy Bennett. He is the president of the Deutscher Wein for the German Club, and he will be hosting, and Judy will be the hostess, and they will be around all weekend. We ask you to go talk to them. Our grand marshals are Leo and Laura Lou Eckerly, and they totally represent what partnership is. Quiet, very humble people that give so much back to the community, and they have partnered with the city of Jasper between the various organizations they're in, the jobs they've held over the years, and their involvement in the German Club and helping making this what it is today. The German Club is a big part of what has made the Strassenfest, and we want to continue that with them. And they are, if you see them, please go up and thank them, and they are role models for anyone that wants to get involved.
A lot of things going on this weekend. What are the big things that are happening, event-wise, entertainment-wise, just off the top of your head that you really want to focus on this morning, Bridget?
The things we definitely want to talk about, we have two stages. We have the main stage and the west side stage, Kurt. They are busy constantly. Gary and Marcia Schnell have done a great job with all the entertainment. They're the other part of our committee. And they will, Gary, I believe, is coming in later.
Right.
He'll be able to fill you in. But the Wright brothers, we have two kid acts for the 14 to 17-year-old people that they have bands that are just phenomenal. So we're going to encourage all the high school kids, you know, to come out and enjoy these. Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers and Identity Crisis. We have the Beatles tribute 8 days a week that'll be in. And these are just some of the entertainment acts. Of course, in the beer garden, we have the Alpine Echoes and the Continentals. They will be performing Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Chicken dance, polka contest, two staple favorites. We have the Kansas City Barbecue Society, the cook-off this year with the Taster's Choice going on, and that is down in front of the old log barn. Tours of the mill. One of the things the city is adding this year, we are going to have train rides Saturday afternoon, 12, 1:30, and 3, asking everybody to come out, $10 a ride. get on the train, take an hour ride up, an hour or half an hour, right, an hour total, excuse me, half an hour up, half an hour back, and go experience the spirit of Jasper.
You're also going to have a demonstration down at Schrader Complex, old-time baseball, and also musical act down there as well.
We do. A ragtime group called the Butt Strutters. They have brought them in to keep us entertained. And then it is vintage baseball. It is 1863 era baseball. It's anything around that time of how they played baseball. You being a former baseball player, understand?
I played back then.
You close?
Long time ago, yeah.
Thank you. But we, looking at this, they play without mitts. They don't use a baseball field. They just take an open field to play in. They don't have necessarily umpires, which I'm sure we would have liked to have gotten rid of a few. But these guys walk around in top hats, tails, and they are the entertainment. They're more like a circus ringleader. And then the music's going. We will have refreshments down there. Along with this, there are 2 games being played. One is at 3 and one is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mike McKittrick here from Jasper plays with the Indianapolis Blues that will be coming in, and then a team from Bell River over by the Indiana-Ohio border. They're also coming in for us.
Well, that'll be neat. And, of course, Sunday, one of the big events is the parade, and I know the people from the Optimists, they do a great job with that. And that's just huge, one of the bigger parades anywhere.
It is, and it is a huge undertaking that they work on and what they do, and they've had to come to a point they limit the number of entries because we do have that many people wanting to be involved with the Jasper Strassenfest parade, and it is. We try to improve on it every year, see what we can do, and it's fabulous. Estimating, at times people said there may be 10,000 people watching this parade, and that's more than you can ask for. And I know that we're very fortunate here, and we appreciate you guys come out and tape it. And then anyone that can't make it down to the parade that day does have a chance to watch it again. But the Optimists, they do a fabulous job and have really taken control and made this what it is.
And when you're talking about a street festival or a citywide festival, you've got to have great cooperation, great work from the street department, also the police. Doug Tarvin, his group, Ramey Eckerly, outstanding. Whether it's preparation for the fest or just in the weekend as a whole, those guys and people there are great.
And it is a complete community event. There is not one person, from the mayor down, to the little preschoolers that are going to try to walk the parade or have something to do with it. It is a complete community event, and these guys have been godsends. Last minute running around, hey, I need 4 cones, or hey, can you move this sign, or can you do this? They are very helpful, and it's a rough weekend for them. A lot of these guys, they're on call 24/7 for the next 4 days, but it is what they do help, again, make this a community event that makes us go.
Before you get off in preparation for your Thursday, anything else that you want to add before you take off?
No, I just want to thank the committee for, as you said, this is my last year as chairperson, but I want to thank the committee for the last 2 years. It has been an absolutely wonderful experience. The city, the organizations that come in, and WJTS for hosting us and helping us get the word out there to everyone as to what is going on.
Are you in charge of the weather the next couple of days?
I am, and I want to let everyone know it's going to quit raining around noonish, and then after the rain, it's great for the rest of the weekend. Little warm on Sunday, drink a lot of water while you're watching the parade, but otherwise it'll be an absolutely wonderful day, so everybody come down. Our opening ceremonies start at 6:15. Box parade starts at 5:30. They actually pull up, leave the Old National Bank parking lot at 5:30 for the younger children or adults. And then we will have the celebration singers at 5:45, and 6:15 will be Mayor Schmidt's Burgermeister proclamation, and we'll get it kicked off.
All right, Bridget, thanks for coming by today, and best of luck this weekend. I know you'll be busy, but great job.
Thank you very much, Kurt.
That's the Strassenfest chairperson, Bridget Jarbo, here on our Strassenfest live program here on WJTS and WBDC. We're talking more Strassenfest right after this. Welcome back to Strassenfest Live here on WBDC and WJTS 18 television. We're joined now by the Queen, Allie Beckman, and also the coordinator of the pageant, Becky Hickman. And Becky, we'll start with you first. The pageant's always a big undertaking. How was the pageant this year?
Kurt, it is a big undertaking, and that's where a lot of volunteers come out and help to make this happen. I count on them every year, and they appear. So this year was another successful pageant, wonderful 12 contestants, all very qualified to be Miss Strassenfest, and Allie Beckman was her day to shine on Saturday.
And you had it on Saturday as opposed to the Wednesday right before the Strassenfest. How did that all work out, and why did you decide to move it back a couple of days?
Sure. We decided to move it back a couple of days for a couple of reasons. The first reason is because we added a junior miss, and Darla Blasey will be talking about the junior miss contest. And the other reason is on Wednesday evening, then first thing the next morning, the duties begin. So this allowed Allie a few more days to prepare and get ready for the big 4 days coming up.
When people go to the pageant on, say Saturday or when it was on Wednesday, they see the girls out there doing what they're doing, but a lot more is involved in the pageant. What do you guys do leading up to that, Becky?
Sure. I'm sure Allie will mention a little bit of what goes on, but we have photos taken that are used for the newspaper in the program booklet, as well as used for selecting Miss Photogenic, the judges use. And then we also have a couple of rehearsals. We have the video shoot. Jim Ball with Jasper Engines Videos does the videos for us. And we practice interviewing. We choreograph the entire evening, and then we have dinner on Friday before the pageant. That's always a nice time just to relax and get together. And
yeah, I would think the activities, because you're going to be around each other a lot, so to get along with everybody involved, that has to be huge, those activities.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
All right, Allie, congratulations for being the Strassenfest queen. Who are your mom and dad?
My mom and dad are Dean and Vicki Beckman.
Brothers and sisters?
I have Zach and Reese as my wonderful brothers.
We love Zach.
Yeah.
Zach's my man. Where do you go to school?
I go to Butler University in Indianapolis.
All right. Were you excited with the Butler Final Four basketball run? Was that cool being
It was
there?
amazing. I was there for the Final Four game and the championship game, right on the floor in the student section, and it was unbelievable.
So you remember the dog pound?
Yes.
Just like Sarah was last year?
Yes.
All right. What's your major at Butler?
I am a double major. I major in biology and Spanish.
All right. What are your favorite classes so far that you've taken?
Well, a lot of them are pre-med classes, so I can't really say that I enjoy a lot of them, but I mean, I do enjoy my Spanish classes. That's kind of an elected major that I chose.
When you thought about being in the Strassenfest pageant, what made you want to do that?
I think every girl that grows up in Jasper kind of, sees the queen and wants to be that. And for me, the moment came whenever I was in the Little Miss pageant. I got second runner-up when I was 8 years old, so 12 years ago. And my babysitter at the time had won the Miss Strassenfest, so that was the coolest thing for me.
What's the best part so far about being in the contest and the activities leading up to it?
I think it's just the anticipation. Before the contest, you anticipate the big night, and you get to experience it with 11 other girls, and that in itself was amazing. And since then, it's just been anticipating today and the weekend and what's to come.
And they usually ask you a question on stage or during the live portion out there. What was your question or the platform that they asked you about?
They asked me, what motivates you to put forth your greatest effort?
And what did you say?
I said, my brother Zach. He motivates me to do my best in school, because in the end it's for him, as well as be a better person and join activities that I know will help other people.
When they called your name as the Strassenfest queen, what was your reaction?
I was blown away. You can only hope for the best, but they asked really tough questions in the interview, and you never know what can happen on stage, so I was extremely excited.
Well, today starts a flurry of activity. What did they tell you that you would be doing the rest of the weekend?
I will be at the Strassenfest the entire time. I'll be with the Junior Miss and the Little Miss and Mister. We'll be passing out awards. We'll be attending all of the events that I think most everyone goes to, the big events as well as the concerts that they have, and especially the live performances they have on the main stage.
And if you can look ahead to Sunday when it's all over, what do you anticipate being the best part of being the Strassenfest queen?
I think the best part will just be knowing that I represented Jasper for something that's huge in our community.
Well, thanks a lot for coming by, and congratulations to you, and have a great week.
Thank you very much.
Becky, anything else that you want to talk about the Queen's Pageant? We'll give you this forum right here.
Sure,
Okay.
thanks, Kurt. I would like to announce that first runner-up and Miss Congeniality was Paige Schrader. Second runner-up was Calissa Aversman, and Miss Photogenic was Anastasia Disser. And I also want to thank some of the sponsors for the Strassenfest, Junior Miss, and the Little Miss and Mister. Dysinger Jewelers of Jasper, Nancy Bear Trucking, The Looking Glass, Flower Stall Hearth and Home, Tri Kappa Sorority, Mary Kay Cosmetic, Kim Messmer, the director, Jess Whimsy, and Maurice's. And I just, there's a lot of wonderful gifts that are given to the Queen and the first runner-up and all the placings. And I just want to say thank you so much. And also to all the individuals who come out and volunteer, Fred Ralston, Jim Ball, Doug Ubelor, I'm going to miss some here. Gerald Roberts, Kevin Merkley, Jarrett Helming, and just all the other individuals who helped make this a successful Miss Strassenfest.
All right, Becky, thanks a lot for coming by. Good luck this
welcome.
weekend. Allie,
Thank you.
same thing. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Becky Hickman, the coordinator of the pageant, and our Strassenfest Queen, Allie Beckman. We'll have more Strassenfest Live right after this. Welcome back to Strassenfest Live here on WBDC and WJTS-18 television. We are very happy to be joined by Darla Blasey and Vanessa Hickman. We're going to talk about the Junior Miss pageant. Vanessa was the winner and Darla was the coordinator. And Darla, thanks for coming today, and tell everyone a little bit about the new Junior Miss pageant, if you would.
Okay, great. I'd love to. We had a contest open to girls in 7th and 8th grade, and they had to be from the Greater Jasper School Corporation, so we had representatives from Holy Family School and then from Jasper Middle School. We had them enter, and they participated in 4 areas. We had an interview with judges. We had a community project that they had to participate in. Then they had some on-stage work that they did, an introduction. We showed a little bit of video clip on how they did with their community service project, and then they wore a formal dress.
What was the reason for getting this started? We have the Little Miss and Mister, then we have the Queens, and this is kind of an intermediate or middle ground thing. How did this all get started?
That's exactly right. We wanted to have that kind of transition period between those guys that, are little and they're second, third graders up through then the high school and college age students, and we just wanted to give these guys an experience and be more involved with the fest.
One of the neat things was the community service part of it. What was that? And what was involved with that? And I'm sure there was just a wide variety of community service things that everyone took part in.
There really was. We had people that participated by going to nursing homes. We had fundraising events for the Humane Society. Vanessa will probably talk about hers a little bit, what she did. But we added up, and we think over 72 hours worth of work was contributed by these 18 contestants to the community. So we're really proud about that.
All right, Vanessa, you can pick that up and just tell everyone a little bit about yourself, school, what grade you're in.
I go to Jasper Middle School.
Okay.
I will be an 8th grader, and my name's Vanessa.
well, that's good. What do you like doing in the summer now that we only have a couple of more weeks of school? What did you do this summer?
I went to a lot of camps. I hung out with my friends. I went to some vacations, and I just pretty much just hung out and enjoyed being out of school.
I bet so. Why did you want to be in this contest? What made you say, hey, I want to be in the Junior Miss contest?
I wanted to be in the Junior Miss because I want to represent Jasper and just have a good time with everyone and enjoy the fest and just really enjoy it.
What was the best part of the contest for you?
The best part was probably getting closer and, actually talking to the people, because you can't really talk to them at school, and just experiencing on the stage and interviewing and just having fun.
Did they ask you a question on stage, or how was that? What was your platform that you talked about?
On stage, we had to do a video for the community service, and that's pretty much all I did on stage. I did an introduction, and on my video, I explained why I wanted to do Freedom Reigns and how it benefited me.
Freedom Reigns was your community service, and tell people what that's all about.
Freedom Reigns is a place where children with disabilities go and they ride horses. They learn how to ride them, they learn how to groom them, and they learn how to experience, and they do a lot of therapeutic riding.
Well, that's really cool. What are your duties this week at the Strassenfest? What did they tell you you're going to have to do all weekend?
I get to go around and talk to people, welcome them to the Strassenfest. I get to hand out awards. I will be participating in the parade, and I will be hanging out with Allie, Reagan, and Avery a lot.
Just like Allie, what do you think the best part of the Strassenfest is going to be as the Little Miss when it's all said and done on Sunday night?
I think the best part will just, knowing that I was there and got to meet so many new people and just have a great time.
All right, Vanessa, congratulations. Have fun this weekend. Darla, anything else that you want to add? I know probably people have helped you too in this first year.
I also wanted to just recognize the other winners.
Okay.
We had, first runner-up was Allie Schmidt. She was also our Miss Photogenic. Our second runner-up was Kelsey Grauman. And our Miss Congeniality was Rachel Welsh. And we did want to give a big thanks out to Maureen Braun and Sarah Tin, because they were our MCs for the evening, and they did a wonderful job.
Great choices with those two. Darla, thanks a lot for coming by. Vanessa as well. Have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you.
That's Darla Blasey and Vanessa Hickman here on Strassenfest Live. We will have more right after this. Welcome back to Strassenfest Live here on WBDC and WJTS Television. We're previewing the upcoming Strassenfest all weekend here in Jasper. We're very happy to be joined by Donna Stemley, the coordinator of the Little Miss and Mr. Pageant, also our royalty, Little Miss Reagan Egbert and Avery Hollenden, the Little Mister. Donna, thanks for coming, and you've been coming here a long time. I think I'm going to let you host the show next year. But again, thanks for coming, and I'm sure it was another great year with the pageant.
It was. We did the pageant different this year. We actually had an individual pageant just for the littles. We had 39 contestants. So we opened up the pageant to quite a few kids. They introduced themselves on stage by themselves, then they went in groups and got interviewed by my MC, Matt Eckert from Holiday World.
I'm sure in talking to Becky, having the contest a little earlier was a little better. You don't have to rush around like on a day like today when it was opposed to having it on Wednesday. Did it work pretty well?
It is wonderful to have that extra time. This week I felt like, what am I missing? Because I wasn't gone 24/7. It was very enjoyable, and it gives these guys and the parents time to coordinate their time for the weekend.
How do people get involved in this pageant? You mentioned 39 boys and girls. How's that process go?
We run an ad in the paper with what they have to send in to the chamber, and then if we have to, we have a lottery draw. If we don't, like this year, I let all of them be in it.
Wow.
There were 11 boys and 28 girls.
Is there ever a time when the boys outnumber the girls, or is this kind of a girl thing to start with? I mean, how does that work out all right when you have so many girls?
It works out
boys?
fine. It works out fine. We just added the boys in with the group, and it just worked out really well. It would be nice to group 28 and 28, but it was good the way it was, and I was glad to have my 11 boys.
All right, we're going to talk with the Little Miss Reagan Egbert. Ladies first, Avery. I had to tell you, you said he always had to go last, but we're going to do ladies first, and that's something that you'll need to learn as we go along here in the next 50 years. So, Reagan, congratulations. Tell everyone who your mom and dad are.
My mom is Pam Egbert, and my dad is Jeff Egbert.
All right. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have 2 brothers, Tanner and Reese. 2
brothers and no sisters. So, do you get along with them? Do they treat you all right?
Yeah, most of the time.
Oh, most of the time. Do you play baseball with them? I know they like to play baseball.
Yeah.
So you play baseball with them? Good. In school, what school do you go to, and what grade are you in?
I go to Ireland Elementary, and I am going to be in 3rd grade.
What's your favorite class in school? What do you like to do in school?
I like to spell a lot and just be around other people and stuff.
Do you have a favorite teacher so far?
My favorite teacher is my 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Mock.
Very good choice. Very good teacher. We mentioned in the summer here, we only have a couple more weeks before you go back to school. What do you like to do in the summer?
I like to swim, just have fun with my friends, and
just hang out, right?
Yeah.
Good. And on Saturday when you were in the pageant, did they ask you a question?
They asked me if I was ready for school and what my favorite subject was.
Well, see, now you were used to it when I asked you that. Well, that's good. I didn't know that. Well, you did a good job there. What will you be doing during the Strassenfest this weekend?
I will be handing out awards. I will be spending time with Allie, Vanessa, and Avery. I will be walking around in the parade and a lot of other things.
Are you already looking forward to the parade?
Yes.
Riding in the car? Do you have a parade wave? Have you practiced that yet? You're going to have to practice that.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. You will be a great little miss.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thanks for coming by today.
Thank you.
All right, Avery, how you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Just really good. Not great, just really good. Okay, tell me who your mom and dad are.
Well, my mom and dad are Chris and Ed Hollenden.
All right, brothers and sisters?
My brother and sisters are Seth Hollenden and Kyle Hollenden. I have 2 brothers.
All right, are they nice to you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, well, you have to work on that. Where do you go to school?
I go to school at 10th Street Elementary School.
Do you like it?
Yes. Oh, I've never been there yet, so.
Oh, okay, you're going to get ready to go. So far in school, what were your favorite classes? What did you like to do in school?
I like to do math.
Math, well, that's great. Do you have a favorite teacher? Or did you have a favorite teacher down through the years?
My 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Yarbrough.
All right, another good choice. You were up on stage with those 10 other boys. What kind of question did they ask you?
They asked me, what did I do in summer?
What did you do this summer?
I went to Disney, and I went to a Reds game.
Wow, are you a Reds fan?
Yes.
Are they gonna keep on winning?
Yes.
Well, I hope so. For you, who's your favorite Reds player?
Scott Rowland.
All right, they got to keep him on the field so he doesn't get hurt. That's good. Do you play baseball with your brothers? They take you out in the yard and pitch to you and make sure you're a good hitter?
Yeah, when I have my games, and I love playing baseball. It's my favorite sport.
Well, that's great. What will you be doing in the Strassenfest?
I would be hanging out with Reagan, Allie, and Vanessa the whole week, giving trophies out.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me. You'll like doing that. What are you going to look forward to as the weekend goes on? What do you think your favorite thing is going to be during the Strassenfest, Avery?
Being in the parade.
All right, riding in the car? All right. Do you like your little outfit that you have? Is that pretty cool?
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least you get to wear shorts and like a short sleeve shirt, right, when it's so hot? Mm-hmm. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming by. Donna, anything else about your pageant that you'd like to add?
Yes, I want to add the winner. The first runner-up for the girls was Isabel Blasey. Second runner-up for girls was Kylie Patterson. The boys was Cole Tuwiski, first runner-up, and second runner-up was Joshua Schoenbachler.
All right, Donna Stemley, thanks for coming by. Reagan Egbert, thanks for coming by. Congratulations. Avery, good job. Thanks for coming by. All right, that's our little royalty here on Strassenfest Live. We'll have more right after this. Welcome back to Strassenfest Live here on WBDC and WJTS Television. We got a little cancellation or postponement note today from Steve Milligan and the people with the Strassenfest Junior Golf Tournament to be held down at Rookser, of course, with the rain and lightning outside. That Junior Golf Tournament will be postponed until next Thursday. That will be August 12th. We're very happy now here on our Strassenfest Live program to be talking to Gary Schnell, and he's in charge of all things entertainment for the upcoming Strassenfest. Gary, I know you're busy. Thanks for coming by. And Strassenfest Entertainment's going to be huge this year, and you got a lot of things planned. Just go over some of the things that you got going.
Okay, thank you very much for having us in here this morning. Yes, so my name is Gary Schnell. My wife, Marcia, we've been involved in taking care of entertainment the last 3 years. And starting out this evening on the West Side stage, we'll have 8 days a week. It's a Beatles tribute group out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We're really excited about that group coming in. That will be, and then on the main stage, we'll have karaoke going on, and the log sawing contest on that stage. And Recycle Teenagers also will be on the West Side stage this evening.
And how do you guys go about getting events or entertainment for the Strassenfest? What's that process like?
Well, we kind of work on this year-round between emails that are sent to us, to the chamber. They forward on those to us. We go to festivals ourselves. on the internet, calling places, having CDs sent in, DVDs, and actually going out and looking at different groups throughout the different states.
And I know you like to bring some of the same entertainment back, but also get new entertainment as well. I guess there's a little mixture of how you like to do that.
Yes, we definitely bring some back, but then we want to keep a variety and different, and trying to hit all ages and groups and likes and people, and also need to stay within our budget. And we look at different groups as far as setup time, playing, and how much time they need before and after the setup, and just keeping that variety.
Just go through a couple of the big entertainment acts that you got. You mentioned a couple earlier, but throughout the weekend, what are some of the big entertainment acts that you got going on?
Well, on Friday, we're going to have the Hypnotist come back. Robin Lang, that we had last year, drew a big crowd. A lot of people really wanted to see this group back again this year. And Midnight Special is another group, a 70s rock and roll band out of Cincinnati, had last year. We're having those guys back this year. We have Identity Crisis. It's a new teen band we're having in this year. They're out of Floyd Knobs, Indiana. They're ranged from 14 to 17 years old, and they are a really exciting group. We're really excited about getting those guys in. And then Captain Crunch we had last year, another teen band for the teenagers and for older people also. Great entertainment, a lot of talent.
And you mentioned the entertainment. Talk about the locations that you will have this entertainment. You know, you added some stages and you got entertainment in a lot of different places.
Right. Also, I'll just mention the Wright Brothers will be in Saturday night, another great entertainment group. We had them about 3 years ago inside Kundak Hall, but this year they're going to be on the main stage Saturday night from 8:30 to midnight. But yeah, it's the west side stage and the main stage located right around the square. On Saturday morning, both of those stages will be starting at 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and there'll be something going on that stage all the way through till midnight. But then there's lots of things going on down to Train Depot. The train will be running also. I think there's a 12 o'clock, 1:30, and a 3 o'clock departure. Also, the old mill will be open. That will be exciting for people to get down there and see that. I haven't seen that before. The Arts Festival down there, the barbecue contest going on down there. I think we had 33 teams last year. This year we've got 43 teams as of now. The car show down there, the vintage baseball going on down at Schrader Complex is going to be exciting down there, something different to see. Baseball from back in the 1860s. We're going to have entertainment down there also, music from back in the 1920s style, between the innings down there. So a lot of exciting things coming up there.
And you've been on the committee for a while. Do you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. We really enjoy it, having a lot of fun doing it, meet a lot of interesting people and groups, and just really enjoy it, yes.
All right, Gary, thanks a lot for coming by today, and have a great Strassenfest.
Okay, thank you all very much, and hope to all see you out to Fest.
That's Gary Schnell. We're talking entertainment here this morning. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Strassenfest Live after this. Welcome back to Strassenfest Live here on WJTS-18 and WBDC Radio. We are very happy to be joined by Al Bennett with the German Club. And with this Strassenfest, they got all kinds of things going on and a lot of preparation leading up to the fest. Al, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me, Kurt.
No problem. Just a little bit about your group and what you guys are all about as we start today.
Well, we have a lot to celebrate this year, Kurt. It's the 30th anniversary of our Jasper Deutsche Verein, and it's the 25th anniversary of our sister city partnership between the cities of Jasper and Pfaffenweiler. So it's going to be a great weekend.
How did your group get started?
Oh, it goes back to actually 1977, and Dave Beeler and his family was touring Germany, and they happened to ran into a German festival. And, you know, Dave, with all his enthusiasm, he decided that would be a good thing to bring back to Jasper. So the first year or two were a little bit slim, just getting it started. But we showed up. We started getting costumes in all the German paraphernalia and the banters and all the things. And so it really took off. I mean, after we had a huge crowd, we knew everybody likes to party in the area, so it was a great time to have a party and a celebration. But the club actually started in 1980, and it was a result of we needed to have something. You know, the Strassenfest is great, but it's a once-a-year thing. And we needed something to carry the German heritage on throughout the whole year. And we thought, well, the German Club would be a great way to do that. So Dan Ware was our first president. He gave me most of the notes for it, so I can see what it is that we've done. But it was amazing. Before we had our first meeting, we had over 200 members. That was just phenomenal. Today we have about 500. But within the first year, they had 350. So it was something that we knew we're on the right track with this.
You guys have regular meetings, and always the speakers are always neat. You have somebody come in and speak. And you have the little dinner. In the meetings, like other than Strassenfest, you mentioned that's just once a year, but your meetings are monthly or a lot more than that. Probably.
Absolutely, it's a fun time. It's probably the best kept secret in town as far as the price. $10 a year, and you get meetings all through the winter. The only time we break is over the summer a little bit, and we'll be back at it again in September again.
How is the Sister City partnership with Pfaffenweiler taking off? It's huge right now. But how did that start a little bit, and how's that going?
Yeah, everything sort of had a sequence here. You know, the Strassenfest started, got the emphasis going. The German club then carried it through the year, and then we started looking at our heritage a little bit. Yeah. And we had it was interesting, we had a lady named Sabina Jordan. She was a humanist in residence, is what her title was, from IU. And I think she recognized the potential that we had here to keep our heritage alive and keep it going, and she urged us to look and develop our roots and look for a sister city. So she actually came down, went through people's attics, went up into the St. Joe's Church, went in the cemeteries, right. And finally came out that there maybe was a possibility of 10 different cities that our ancestors came from. And so they sent the letters out, and we really only got one letter back, and that was from Emil Eckert, who was the Pfaffenweiler Burgermeister at the time. But we decided to make a trip over there. I unfortunately wasn't with that first group, right. But they went over and were going to check out all the cities. It was down to two, Pfaffenweiler and then a place in Austria called Laufer. And when they got to Pfaffenweiler, the residents were waving German or American flags. They started talking in the same dialect that our people knew, and we knew right away. So scrapbooks, and we knew right away this was our spot. So after that, and then it started officially. Well, what we did was we connected with the national or international Sister City organization. And I think Dwight Eisenhower started that back in '56 as a way to keep peace and promote peace and understanding of all the different countries. And so that got it started, and Matt Hilger, I think, was a big influence on that too, because he was here in the working for Master Brand or Aristocrat at that time, and he kept it going, and his family, and it's just been booming ever since. And that's a long history. But
well, that's great. And I don't know if people or cities get in one of these things and it doesn't work out for some reason. But yours with Pfaffenweiler has went through the test of time.
It really has. I mean, it's 25 years now, and there isn't a Strassenfest or usually Schneckefest that we don't have somebody. In the case of Pfaffenweiler, somebody from Pfaffenweiler is going to be here. In the case of Schneckefest, somebody from Jasper is going to be here. Actually, it goes back. We found out after we started and we arranged with the Sister City program that the roots actually go back into the 50s. And there was letters and peoples going back and forth between the two towns. And I think we're a small enough town. Pfaffenweiler is a small town, and there's so much ancestral connection here that it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, I think.
Well, we're in the midst of Strassenfest. What does your club have planned for the weekend?
Oh my gosh. Well, the big thing is we start tonight, and we have of course, after the opening ceremonies, we have the parade down to the beer garden, and we ask everyone that's 21 or over to come and join us and follow us down there to the beer garden. We ask that you do decide to drink responsibly and safely. And we're going to have the tapping of the first keg, and my wife and I, Judy, will cut the first bratwurst and hand that out. We have a lot of bratwurst to hand out. So this is the one part of the fest that's all free.
Well, and I believe you guys have the booth down by the beer garden, and that supports some of the projects that you have going on.
It's a huge moneymaker for us, and I think that's allowed us to just charge $10 for all the fun and entertainment we have during the year. But it's a big effort. Everybody in the club, I mean, they all participate. And Pat and Phyllis Schuler are the chairman this year. They're doing just a wonderful job, and we'll all be working down there. When we also have a couple other things, we have the log cutting bucking contest, and I think that's tonight, actually.
Yes.
And we also have the, what is it, the Sheep's Head Tournament that our hosts this year are sponsoring, and that's Leo and Laura Lou Eckerly. What a great couple to celebrate as the partnership theme. They're probably the ultimate partners right there. Over 60 years of marriage, worked tirelessly for the club over the years, and has always wanted to stay in the background.
Yeah.
When we asked them to do this, I thought they were going to refuse because they didn't want to be in the limelight. But they're just a perfect couple to celebrate our partnership.
All right, Al, thanks a lot for coming by today. I know you
Been
guys are
my fun.
busy, and best of luck to your organization this weekend, and have fun.
Kurt, thank you so much. Everybody come down to the opening ceremonies tonight. Have a great time. Like I said, if you're going to drink responsibly and safely.
No doubt about it. That's Al Bennett with the German Club here in Jasper celebrating the Strassenfest. And with that, we're going to wrap up our coverage of Strassenfest live here on WBDC and WJTS-18 television. Again, as Al said, be safe this weekend and enjoy the Strassenfest, and keep tuned to WBDC and WJTS-18 for all kinds of Strassenfest-related programming. Thanks to everyone that has taken part in our Strassenfest live program today, our production crew here on WJTS and WBDC. And with that, I'm Kurt Guxell. Have a great Strassenfest weekend.